I wanted to do a quick review of my absolute favorite travel product that I purchased in 2024. This is the PacSafe 5 100 Anti-Theft Hip Pack. This past summer I had this bag on my person for 2 weeks non-stop, running through airports, going on walking tours in 100-degree weather, in small restaurants, on deck on the cruise ship, and in crowded taxis. Not once did it feel uncomfortable in any way, and it carried everything I needed for a full day of touring. I'm actually going to start the review in the back because some of my favorite features are there. I love this strap because it doesn't have a traditional buckle that can be worked loose or unbuckled without your knowledge. Magnetic buckles, I'm looking at you. It feels rough and a bit stiff, honestly, but the payoff is that it has wires running through it to make it cut resistant. And you can kind of see them running right here and through here. The back mesh is a bit plasticky, and then when it was new you could actually hear it kind of crinkle, so maybe you can hear it on the video now. So it's not as soft as I expected, but it does vent air very well. Between the stiff belt and the plasticky mesh, I was wondering if it would irritate my skin on long days, but I can tell you that it never got uncomfortable no matter the environment. Now this corner here is very thoughtfully designed. I like how it has this extra flap here so that the pop and lock security clip doesn't dig into you. This pop and lock security clip is an engineering marvel. It protects your bag in 4 different ways. First, the security clip cannot be undone unless the switch is turned to the unlock position. So here it is in the lock position, and you can see I can't press down on the switch. It's not until the switch is in the unlock position that I can press down on it. So even then, to completely undo the clip, you have to push down on the switch and then pull up on the clip. Because this requires 2 opposite motions, it's unlikely that you wouldn't feel someone trying to open the clip. So this is what it looks like. You have to push down on the switch and then actually lift up on the clip. For even extra security, you can attach a padlock to the bottom of the clip. That would go through this loop here. Now once you padlock that shut, there's just no way anyone's going to take that off for you. Finally, the last way it protects you is if you're having dinner in a restaurant, having a drink or coffee in a cafe. What you can do is unlock the clip, then wrap the strap around your chair or table, and then lock it. And that way no one can just walk off with your bag. Now on the opposite side of this clip, you can see that there's actually a loop, a fabric loop here. Now I've heard other reviews say it's so that you can hang the bag up on a coat hook, or that you can add a carabiner to add additional accessories. And while that is true, you certainly could do that. I think the real reason why they add this loop here is so you have something secure to hold on to when you unlock the clip. So now one hand is on the clip, the other hand has a secure place to hold your bag. Now onto the front of the bag. The panels, they feel thick and durable, yet they feel surprisingly soft given that there's wire mesh throughout the panels. And this wire mesh makes it slash resistant. Also, you can see that the branding is color matched and discreet. Although, to be quite honest, unless branding is overly large or garish, it's a non-issue for me. And I think some people just need to get over themselves with this whole branding issue. They act like they're professional athletes or movie stars who deserve to have advertising deals before they can display any branding. I mean, if you're dad-bodding out in the middle seat of a domestic economy flight, I guarantee you no one is trying to steal your fashion sense. Anyway, this bag is advertised as being a 4-liter bag. Maybe someone in the comments can explain to me how the volume is determined, because there's no way 2 2-liter bottles of soda is fitting in this sling. Regardless, like I said above, it's the perfect size for carrying everything you need for one day of touring except a water bottle. The bag has just two compartments, both of which can be secured either together or separately using what PacSafe calls their rhubarb system. And that is the system right here. So let me zoom in and show you how that one works. The zipper for the front compartment needs to be secured first. Then the two zippers from the back compartment need to be fitted together. And then they are slotted into the rhubarb system, like so. Then you slide this plastic piece up. And then you push it back to secure it. And once again, if you need extra security, you can add a lock here. Now sometimes, honestly, I was a bit lazy and I wouldn't secure the front compartment. So that would look like this. And for times when I did that, I just made sure that nothing was in the front compartment that I wouldn't mind losing, or it wouldn't be a big deal if it got stolen. Okay, moving on to the inside of the bag. I like how the inside is lined with a light gray color, so this offers some contrast against the black. So you can see that. There's also an RFID blocking pocket here. This is the perfect size for a passport and your credit cards and ID. And then in the main compartment, there is this divider here, which I like, because if you have something that you don't want to be scratched or need some extra protection, you can put it behind this divider. So for instance, you might want to put your cell phone here to keep it from being scratched by the contents. Okay, let's take a look at the front pocket. So here's the front pocket. There's actually no organization in the front pocket. It is just open. The only amenity here is that you do have a clasp here for your keys or other things. Okay, what I wanted to do next was just load it up with the items I would use on a typical tour day. So like I said earlier in the video, I generally didn't put valuable things in this front pocket because sometimes I left it unlocked so that I can get items out of it very quickly. So in general, what I put in the front pocket were like cough drops or mints, just something just in case. I mean, you don't want to be that person hacking up a lung in the Sistine Chapel. Also, very, very important, you know, lactate for the LI. That also went in the quick draw pocket. Microfiber lens cloth, wiping glasses, reading glasses, and sunglasses. And then while we were in Europe, some euros for the bathroom, of course. And then finally a pen. Now, the only exception to my no valuables in the front pocket rule are my AirPod Pros. But they are in a case that locks. And then also, I could make use of the clip up front. That way, if somebody did try and swipe them, at least I would feel it. And that was kind of generally all I kept in the front here. I might put a pair of reading glasses in there as well. Again, something I needed very quickly. Now, in the main compartment, obviously this is where I put a lot of the stuff. You can see it's very, very spacious. I don't have a fake ID, so in the RFID, I'm just going to simulate that this is my ID. And also, for some reason, I cannot find my passport. So I will tell you though, for a US size passport, this RFID blocking pocket is the perfect size. Okay, and you can fit more than one in there if you have to. And you definitely can put at least two of them in here, along with ID, credit cards, whatever you need. Now, of course, we need a power bank. really critical these days. Now I put that back here, along with a USB-C cord. Now I went through great trouble to replace everything I owned so that it would charge with the USB-C. And then I wound up buying the Sony ZV-1 for this trip. That is a newer camera, but it has older internals, and that charges with a micro USB cord. So I did travel with one of those. In addition to that, you know, I would put maybe some tissue paper. Again, when traveling through Europe, you know, sometimes there isn't toilet paper in the bathrooms. Of course, the traveler's aids, really important. Painkiller, Pepto. Okay. The other thing that's absolutely necessary, an Apple tag. And earlier we talked about being able to lock this bag with a lock. So you definitely want to carry a lock. And then I could put my phone in there too. This is a 15 Pro Max. Definitely fit it in here. All of that fits in there very comfortably. In fact, I have a pair of sunglasses here to the side, and this will fit in here as well. Now, the one piece of kit that I carried... That's funny. I was about to say the one piece of kit that I carried in this bag that I cannot show you is the Sony ZV-1, because I was recording on it. And what's kind of funny is, just as I was saying that, the battery went dead. Sorry, I'm not on a tripod now, so it's a little bit shaky. But I did want to show you the camera that I carried every day. This is the Sony ZV-1. This is the Mark 1, so the original. You can see I added a small rig grip for it. It is such a small camera, I needed a grip to be able to hold it securely. The battery for that camera is tiny. So this is battery. I would often travel with one spare and then one inside of it. And then, like I said earlier, a micro USB cable. And finally, I just put the camera in here. So this has everything that we put in there, so I didn't take anything out except for the phone, which will still obviously fit in there very comfortably. This is what it looks like when all that stuff is in it. And then you can see we can still use the rhubar system here. I can get one-handed. There it goes. There it goes. So that's a bag, all secure on the side, all 3 zip tabs. And then that's what it looks like. So this is what the bag looks like when it's on. And this includes everything that we packed in it on the video. I'm about 5'8" with a good pair of shoes on, and I wear an adult extra husky. So this is what it looks like from the front and from the back. As far as negatives are concerned, I can really only think of one nitpicky negative, and this is definitely not a deal breaker. But you probably heard this in the video, but if the zipper pulls are not locked down, they have this very kind of tinny sound to them when they knock against each other. It's somewhat irritating, but again, not really anything that would keep me from buying the bag. So if I think about the usual customer satisfaction questions, like, are you satisfied with your purchase? Yes, I'm 100% satisfied with this purchase. Number 2, would you buy it again? Yes, I would definitely buy it again. Now, I kind of don't like plain black bags, and so I would definitely buy it again, but I would probably opt for the gray and maroon, which was not available when I ordered my bag. And finally, would you recommend this bag to a friend? Yes, I most certainly would. Well, that's the review of my favorite travel product for 2024. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments and I'll be glad to answer them. If you stuck around to the end of the video, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Please consider dropping a like if you enjoyed this content, and please subscribe for future videos. Mahalo!